Joining me and welcome to my channel. It's Veroosh and I hope you guys are doing well. I'm excited to be here with you guys to do this reading for Love Energy Update, You and Them. So we have two options today, number 1 and number 2. I'm about to pick some prompts for you guys with the Lenormand deck just to give you an idea of which one to choose. And the reason I'm doing this today is I had fun with you guys last night doing a reading, and so I want to keep going with that vibe. It's a nice day and I have some time to do it, which is great. And then if in the future I have less time again, then we'll get some readings out. So always make sure to check out my newest playlist. It has the videos from all of my channels in one place, so you can find that in the description if you're interested. And I really appreciate all of your guys' help and support and all that. So like I said, we have two different options, number 1 and number 2. And we're going to take a look at the love energy for you. Now this is for singles and couples. I know people get kind of confused. I try to like incorporate messages for both in the reading, but there is this component of you and them in today's reading, which means I'll pick cards for you and pick cards for the other person to see where you're at. But I feel like if you're single and maybe not interested in anyone, consider that the energy of the universe around you. You know, what kind of energy you're interacting with right now. Maybe that will give you some insight as to why you're single or what to look forward to moving forward. And there's definitely a part of the reading that tells you the outlook for the next little while with regard to love, okay? So first, let's pick a couple cards. This kind of reading, we tend to go slower. That's why there's a couple options. So it's kind of like a slower, groovier reading, less stress. For those of you who don't like to pick from a lot of different options, I understand. But it's just like a little fun reading on a Thursday, the day of Jupiter, a very lucky day indeed. So we have 3 cards. Let's take a look. We have the Sun first. Hold on, I was digging in dirt and I have dirt under my nail. I'm sorry. I try to get, these nails are about to disappear because they're breaking already, but anyway, so we have the Sun. Sorry, it's dirt from my plants. So then we have the Whips, you guys, for this option. I'll explain it to you in just a moment. And then we have the Dog. It looks like for this option, this concerns a situation in which there was a really quick connection, a lot of like really intense chemistry, really up front, but something got in the way and there's a lot of doubts in this relationship, if there is a relationship. Or maybe you just, if you're single and don't know anyone, maybe you just started off with a bang and then things got in the way. This is saying that if it is concerning a relationship, that relationship will turn to loyalty. So whether it's friendship or whether it's something more, there is going to be a positive outcome to this in the form of somebody you can trust, in the form you can rely on. And if you're single, then it's very likely that you will soon meet a new friend or companion. So look out for that. Okay, so now let's take a look at your number 2 option. So we have the Fish, okay. And then we have the Tower, okay, and then Business again for number 2. The same cards, we just got this a couple days ago, didn't we? The exact same order, and I tossle these around, I mean, the garden. So again, if you're working really hard and waiting for a certain kind of outcome, the outcome is coming, so this is going to tell you about that. This is more of a business message. This is a love update, but if you love your work, or if something, like, I feel as though there's good energy for you for number 2 around work. So there's a lot of people appreciating you, things are going your way, and there's good outcomes as a result of that. So something might be happening for you around work or what you do for a living, okay? So hi everyone who's watching live. Thank you for joining me this morning. And so why don't we just get into the reading, okay? So I'm going to set number 2 to the side. If you guys chose number 2, hold tight. We'll be there in just a few minutes. And now let's begin the number 1 reading. So just to remind you guys, you have the sun, the whips, which is kind of restrictions and rules, and then we have the dog. Okay, so dog is always like friend, companion, close relationship. So first off, we're going to take a look at the overview of your general love outlook for the next little while. And if you guys like these kinds of shorter readings, these kind of like, I don't know, coffee break readings, then please let me know in the description. So first we're going to take a look at your general outlook in love. So we have the 4 of Cups first. I think I picked 7 cards for this part, so there'll be a lot. So I'll put them all down and we'll talk about it. So we have the Magician next. Then we have the World. Okay, I already have some downloads. Then we have the Lovers. Okay. And then we have the 6 of Pentacles. Let's see. Here, I'll have to move my little rock and pendulum to the side. And then we have the Queen of Wands, Sag, Leo, or Aries. Secondary transits in water. Not always, as you guys know, but for new people, if I mention the signs, it's not necessarily the sign that I'm mentioning. It's just a general guide for some of you guys. It'll spark some awareness. Okay, so it feels as though in where you are, close to you, there's things going on around you, like people reaching out to you or, you know, wanting to make a connection, but things are not exactly what you need them to be. So it's a little bit less than what you need, and you're sort of disenchanted with the options that are in front of you. I think what's going to happen is that you're going to experience some kind of expansion. So all of these cards are talking about expansion, whether you're single or in a relationship. I think what's going on for you around is sort of got redundant. It's kind of the same thing over and over again. And now I feel like you're taking a step in order to change things up. Some of you may go date on the internet to kind of meet people from outside of your town. I don't really condone online dating. Some people find success in it, but I hear about a lot of broken hearts on the internet and apps, you know, like there's a lot of, especially for women, it can be very, very difficult. Although for older women, it's sort of more of a way to meet people. When you become older, let's say over 35, I think that the places where you can meet people, people just mingle less for that purpose. So singles have a harder time. So dating apps become a little bit of a better choice. And of course, right now with Rona, it's a option for people, if only to talk to somebody. You know, if you live in a little town and you just want to talk with someone and get to know someone, it might be a fun experience. So whatever it is that you're doing, sorry for the chat. I have a lot of thoughts about online dating and whatnot. But anyway, so you may be taking a drastic step to change your circumstances, and I think that you're going to change your circumstances by changing yourself. It's not like you're going to try to change the people that you're interacting with. I think that you're going to change yourself. You're going to broaden opportunities for yourself, and I think that's the perfect step, because from that comes expansion, the world, and lovers. So you may travel. Some of you guys might travel towards family. So you may kind of be like, I'm done with this scene. I'm going to go visit my family. And in that environment, you're going to be very, very welcome. And it's going to be a very welcoming energy. And maybe that's where you connect with someone, possibly somebody you already know. Otherwise, you're expanding your horizons. And there's an almost immediate connection here between you and someone else. So maybe you and your partner will decide to take a trip. So if you're coupled up, maybe this is speaking about you and your partner taking a trip, having a nice time, making a connection. You know, there's the Magician sometimes means a secret admirer, but I really feel like in this spread, that's you. So you're taking the initiative. You're the person who's instigating this. I really feel like you're bored. I feel like it's happiness, but kind of it's fallen flat. And so And so I feel like now you're taking the step to change things up and make connections with people. And I think that you're not doing something to make a connection. I just think that you become very adventuresome and you sort of make connections with people around, and like there's that heart-based connection, real affinity, real closeness. And then I feel like I think you've been around people that are not giving back to you. You know, I lived in certain places where I lived in like Calgary, Alberta for a little bit. And, you know, my experience was, I mean, I made friends, but the thing is that when you're in a new environment or in a different space, or maybe the environment that you're in, some way you have friends, but they're not like close people that really know you, that really understand you. And after a while, there's this feeling of, there's a lack of Six of Pentacles. There's a lack of giving and taking because everything is sort of new. For some of you guys, there might be other reasons for this. But what I'm feeling here for you is that what's coming in is that closeness with other people, where the foundation becomes sharing and giving. And that doesn't mean that you have to give so much or they're giving you so much. It's just you're going to find yourself in a space where it's more familiar and there's a closer relationship. There's a more established give and take relationship, and that does really good things for your heart. So I feel like you're changing things up and going in the direction of like close companionship, friendship, not necessarily giving to each other everything right away, but there's always this, you know, it's like if your car broke down, you know who you would call. These people, not these people. These people you would have fun with, go out with, whatever. But these people are like your tested and true friends, and you would go bail them out if their car broke down, or they would do the same to you. So you're really moving into a space with people like that. And I think that's going to do really amazing things for you. So you may be a Sag, a Leo, or an Aries. You might have fire transits or water transits, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. But that's less important. I think what's going to happen is your environment will boost you up and help you feel better. Like from the vibration of closeness, proximity, and exchange, relationships, like thorough, big relationships, will come a part of you that will be self-confident and kind of shining, being beautiful, feeling content and secure in yourself. So that's what was going on. You're changing your environment. Now let's take a look at, oh, I had an extra card. I did pick an extra card. Sorry about this. So we have the Ten of Cups. Okay, good. So things are going your way. That's my mistake. It's kind of too long for this, so we'll use this. And both of the options have 7 cards, right? And I even said it, and then I forgot because I ran out of room. So 10 of Cups is the outcome, which means it's that close family connection. It doesn't have to be family, but it's definitely people with whom you just shine different because you feel like, I don't know, it's kind of like desperation, but not like you were so desperate before. It's just you didn't have that closeness before, or right now as we're watching this and where you're going, you are going to have it, and that in some way opens you up to being open and receptive to a good relationship. So if you're partnered up, you and your partner are going into a space. Maybe it's been just you and them. Maybe you and your partner moved somewhere where it's far away from the people you know, and you've just had each other for a long time. That's not really healthy for a relationship either. So when you go into the environment where there's other people with whom you're close, then that leaves you for a healthier relationship with your partner. So whether you're single or you're coupled, there is this kind of progress where there's subsidiary or other people, other friends that are boosting you up, making you feel more confident and secure. So now this is the part with you and them. So first I'm going to do you and give you some insight on what's going on for you, and then I'll give you a perspective on your partner. Remember, if you're single, the partner part can mean that this is the energy of the universe. Also, if you really need to change it up, by all means do so. Okay, so you have the Six of Trees. So for you, it's been on your mind for a while, like, you know, how much people give back, and like, are you fulfilled and are you supported by the people you're around? The next message is the Five of Hearts. Yeah, there's been disappointment. And it's not like a huge disappointment. It's normal stuff. Like, the people who have been around are not, there may be colleagues, they may be friends, casual friends, but it's not that deep, you know? So you kind of know that. You're not blaming anyone. You like the people that you're around, but there's this emptiness in your relationship, and then that gives you stress. So it's like you've been trying to make do with what's been around you, but for whatever reason, I mean, just for Rona alone, if you're watching this when there's quarantine, that makes it really hard to socialize, right? It's hard to make new friends or broaden relationships that are established. So I don't think you're upset with anybody, but I think that there's this realization that it's sort of, your situation right now has been for a time somewhat vacant of people. And that's not necessarily love. It might be love as well, but I hope you see what I'm seeing here. What I'm seeing is that the foundation of friends and family support has been lacking, and therefore I don't think it's causing relationship issues or romantic issues for you, but it definitely helps when you have people around who care and support you, because then you can just face those relationship opportunities with more confidence. The next message is the Magician. Okay, so I think that, again, the Magician comes through. It's a confirmation that you're the magician. It's a confirmation that you're gonna, like, take the responsibility on your own shoulders and kind of instigate a change in your life. The second part is the Ace of Cups. And so it's like you open up your heart rather than trying to solve the situation that you're in, rather than trying to tackle the thing that you're involved in right now. You see that it's kind of like a dog chasing its own tail. It's redundant. And so you change the direction completely of whatever it is. You seek something elsewhere where it's easier for you to get, the path of least resistance, right? And then the outcome is the Wheel of Fortune. So I think that this is saying, like, whatever you're considering changing, and especially if it's towards being closer with people that you know and you trust, this is saying do it now. It's going to be immediately successful, and it's going to lead you to very positive places that include, like, love and trust. Now let's take a look at the perspective of your partner. And if you don't have a partner, remember that's the energy of the universe around you with regard to love. So we have three of Wands, Three of Pentacles. Reach out. This card sort of throws me a little bit. So we have the Three of Pentacles. This person has been working hard for your family for a very long time. So the energy is really working really hard for others. I have a hummingbird right in front of me. Oh, two, they're fighting. Hummingbirds fight a lot. They're like little chihuahuas. They're very, very scrappy. Anyway, so the energy around you wants to fight. The energy around you wants to work really hard and really wants to do well by you. If you're in a relationship, I feel like this person has been watching you struggle with a lack of friends, frankly, a lack of social environment that's stimulating, and they have great sympathy for you in that. If you're single, then the universe knows that this is the situation, that it's been hard for you to make those connections, and it's not your fault. Let's see, and a lot of sympathy. So the environment around you really wants to give you the opportunity to change things for the better. There's the Three of Cups. So there's an agreement about going back to something. There's an agreement about going back to something, revisiting something for a new try. So there's this real, like, generosity. If it is your partner, they might even sacrifice something within their life to help you move or help you change this direction. And then we have the Observe, which is the Hanged Man. There's small delays for them, I feel. I feel like I feel like they're really open to changing things up and welcoming people from their past back into their life, your partner. But there are certain delays. I feel as though those delays are created by work. I have a feeling that if you are partnered up, work is creating delays, and if it's the universe, it's the delays are coming from work. It's not, it's a technical thing. It doesn't have anything to do with personal desire. So don't be mad at your partner if they're taking their time. There's a reason for it, and I don't think it's coming from like a bad place. Now let's see the next message. We have the Eight of Wands, success and growth. I think this partner of yours or the universe, well, let's talk about it if it's your partner or your love interest. I think that they know that their goodwill into the situation will really help things along. I really sense that they have a, how do you say, like a big interest. How do you say this? They have a willingness to contribute positively because they see you as a team. They see you as working together towards a common goal rather than two separate people working towards whatever it is they're trying to achieve. Then we have the Temperance card. This has been coming up in all the readings. Sagittarius, Temperance. I feel as though this person really wants to support you in your social pursuits. I feel like this person really wants you to have more friends or have valuable friends around. They want to see you shine, and I feel like they're contributing to that. It's a very soulmate kind of energy. Like they know that you need that, so they want to give that to you. And then we have the so the decision is going to be to go, right? The Tower. So I feel like there is going to be a decision to go. Your partner's not leaving, but I mean both of you are going somewhere. And if you're single, the universe is going to create the environment for you to go where you need to go. It's going to facilitate that for you. Things are going to open up. The path is going to open up for you. And, you know, if you have a partner, they have such goodwill towards you. I really sense from them and from this part that they really want the best for you. They're very humble. They're not thinking about themselves, and they see your success as their success. So if you're wondering about that, this person has very, very goodwill. But it might take some time to arrange some work things to make sure, you know, so that things happen. And the thing about this that I'm picking up on is that it's not necessarily a move like forever. It feels like for some of you a vacation where you go see family for a month or whatnot. If you're single, I really feel if you go on this trip, you might meet somebody or reconnect with someone from the past. So it's a really good vibe, really good energy. Thank you guys so much for watching. Now let's go over and do number 2. And make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to make the energy real. And thank you for watching. And if you're 18 to 24, my views from your age group are down. They just don't come up very much. So if you could kindly like and comment, and if you're in a Facebook group or something and you want to share my video, that would be very kind. No pressure, but if you do, that would be nice, because it's kind of unfair that I understand not showing my videos to kids, you know, but these are adults, so, and I don't think this is relevant by age, so it's not like, I don't know. Anyway, so let's start with number 2. Okay, so when I do the readings, I forget what was going on, so let's have another look at the Lenormand together. So we have, oh yeah, I remember this. So we have the Garden as the outcome, literally the same cards as the other day. So if I don't remember, if somebody remembers which reading this was in, then let me know. But it was, oh, the hummingbird just came back. Hi, girl. I gotta make them some nectar. Oh, she's so cute. Okay, and then we have the fish. So the fish is success in business, the Tower is business, and the garden is fruits of the labor. Now, if you've been working on someone at work, like if you've been working on someone at work, or like by that I mean like if you have a crush on someone and you've been like trying to make a connection, it really seems as though your efforts are going to be successful, because we have the garden, which is kind of the fruit of the labor, lots of different options. Your career might be up in the air also as you're deciding which way to go with things. So I hope you enjoy that process, and I hope it leads you to a positive place. If you're wondering what this is, you'll see them here and there because they're sitting there and I shouldn't really move them. They are, I bought these like blocks. Here, I'll show you guys because they're really cool. A little tangent, I hope you guys don't mind. But I got these little plants. Actually, I'll show you the palm tree because it's actually growing. So basically I have little seedlings growing in front of me. And so I bought this little cube, and so inside are little seedlings growing, and this is a palm tree in there. So it's been sitting there for a couple weeks. Are you going to focus? Are you going to show them? No. It's like, okay, it's decided that it doesn't want to focus. But you see the little palm tree, you see it growing, sprouting out. So I'm very, very excited. And once it grows a little bit, you actually put the whole thing into a pot, and then it grows within the pot. I just think it's such a cool idea. So, and it becomes fertilizer. So this is actually fertilizer for the plant. So sorry for the little break. The garden, I guess, made me think of that. But the garden says there's a lot of opportunities for you. Maybe you started a new job and there's a lot of opportunities for you in love. Like maybe there's a lot of different people you're going to meet and choose between them. What I am getting from this is there's options, lots and lots of options. So here we go. So I'm going to put all 7 cards down and then we can continue. So we have 5 of Pentacles. Okay, so you had a relationship that was no bueno and then you got over it. Good. So you were in a relationship with a dud. You were in a relationship with somebody who was just taking for themselves. And then the Devil. Let's talk about that later. There are 2 devils in this deck, so if they both show up, don't worry about it. Knight of Wands, Sag, Leo, or Aries, secondary transits in fire as well. And then King of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. There's a lot of people that you're going to be working your way through in terms of relationships. Maybe 2 of Swords, decisions between people. Okay. And then we have the 7 of Cups. So, okay, so love energy update. So how this works is that this is for singles or couples. So if you're a single, then just I'll interpret one way, and then if you're a couple, this may mean something else. But the main thing that I'm seeing from these cards right now is that on your horizon, where it's coming up, there's definitely multiple people or multiple opportunities. Like there's the King of Wands and the King of Pentacles. And I think that you're going to be left with a dilemma. And I don't know if you're going to know exactly which way to go with things. That's on the horizon. And that's not a bad thing. It just means that if you're indecisive, I'm very indecisive. That's a problem. but if you're not indecisive, all you have to do is, well, either way, you have to buckle up and make a choice. So you got to get ready for making a choice. And as these situations come up for you, I would say pay attention to them and get prepared to make a choice moving forward. But what we see first is the 5 of Pentacles. Okay, so the history of the situation is gnarly. There's definitely been, whether you're a couple or single, there's definitely been a situation in which you got shortchanged and you got left out in the cold by somebody. Somebody was being a jerk and they were just no bueno. They were not good. And it took some time, but you recovered and you really moved on from the situation. I feel as though maybe you were even in this situation for a while, so much so that you don't even know what a relationship is like or dating outside of this relationship. So this time with this person took a very long time. Mind you, this may not even be a relationship. This may be a general environment that you lived in. This might be your family. So there was some kind of thing that conditioned you, that made you wonder, like, am I strong enough? You're kind of how do you say, you feel inexperienced, right? In the right way of doing things. You know that the past was not right, and you're nervous about the future because you don't have that much experience moving forward of positive experiences. So I think that's the devil playing with your mind. You know, you've taken a good step, you've overcome, and I feel like there's doubt in your heart about which way to go, and you have two good options on the horizon. Now, this is a love energy update, but for some of you guys, this is for work. It just came through really strong. So some of you will have an opportunity between two jobs, and the kind of final outcome of this is that you have to make a decision fairly quickly. So you don't have to, like, nothing's going to happen if you don't, but the cards are advising, like, get your bearings in order and figure it out, because there's a couple different things that you need to figure out and you don't want to miss an opportunity. So we have the King of Wands. He's in the center of the reading, which makes me think that he's more of a central figure in your life. If you're in a relationship, then I feel like maybe this is your partner. This is someone who's been very generous with you, somebody who's very, like, they may have even pulled you out of the bad situations or the bad frame of mind. And so there's someone who is a deep connection, but then I feel as though there's a reservation towards this person. I don't really know why, but I do feel like even though this person's been pretty great to you, I feel like there is a reason why you feel distant from them, or why you feel like, why there's an even opportunity for a King of Pentacles to be here. Okay, so but it is showing this person in the center, and I do feel like they're a guardian angel, like a really, really wonderful person who's on your side. And so this person, I feel, pulled you out of some bad situations. If not, like, talked you through your fears, then literally pulled you out of the other relationship where you were stuck. So this person's great, but they, you know, they may be married and it might not be the right situation, or they may be too old because he has a, you know, but both of them are old. But anyway, adjust it to your own age, as to like what their age is. It's not like an inappropriate relationship, but I do feel like this person, for whatever reason, it's not, this person is, as a person, is like 100% great, but as a situation, it might not be 100, it might be 80 or 75, and there might be a deal breaker involved. So a good friend, but you know, there might be a little catch. Now, the King of Pentacles feels very intense to me. It feels like this is more of a risky situation than this. And I think this, with the higher risk comes the greater reward. I think there's a desire towards this person that I'm feeling from the cards. Like, I feel like I don't desire the card, but I feel desire for, I feel the desire is greater for the King of Pentacles from you than the King of Wands. And I feel like there could be like kind of a danger to it, but not danger. They're not a bad boy or a bad girl. They're just a little bit more of a challenge, a little bit. This is like, you know, a silver platter. Like, this person is just, they're just very, very, how do you say it? You know, accessible, you know, and open, and like the good reliable. That's, we'll call them the good reliable. Whereas this is more of a reach, but there's something about this person that is elevated that really is drawing you towards them. And I think that you're going to have to figure out, this also, I feel, is a person for whom you would have to change something. Like, this is around the block, this is down the street. You know, this guy is like right there, Mr. Accessible, you know, good, reliable, and this is the person that you don't have everything figured out about. But I think that, how do you say this? I think that you're drawn to this person more. I don't know, but there's a lot of confusion about it, and this is saying very clearly you need to decide. Also, if you're in a relationship, this could be your partner, and this could be a demanding boss. Not a bad boss, but one that requires a lot of your time. There might be a promotion at work that they're offering for you, and you need to decide about that. Okay, so now we're going to do you and them. So if you're single, then the them is over here in the green cards, but just understand that to be the energy of the universe around you at this time. And if you're in a couple, then you can switch, you know, so this is you, this is them, but if you don't like it, then just change it up. Okay, so we have Seven of Wands, faith. Okay, so your faith has become much stronger. Your faith has become much stronger from past experiences. It's like never again. Like, you know what depression is, you know what a low energy or what a low mood is, right? You know, like the shortcomings of things. And I feel like you have committed to yourself to not be a victim, to not put yourself in negative spaces anymore, and you're stronger for it. So you've become quite a strong person, it looks like. Wow, okay, so the path exploration is the Chariot card, which is the same card as this card up here. So for me, that suggest that maybe there's definitely some kind of, you know, for some of you, this is like being born again as a Christian. For some of you guys, it's coming to terms with your fears of your past and like really solidifying where you're going with things. So you had a moment, an epiphany, and you pushed past situations. Then we have the Four of Angels, rest. I feel like you also took a step back from things because I feel like those fears that I was mentioning before really had you messed up. So you did less for a time because the devil was Mr. Deville was working on your confidence, right? Okay, this also represents ambition. Sorry to backtrack, but I do feel like this is more driven by ambition, and this requires more gratitude, like to really appreciate what this person does for you. That doesn't mean that you need to be with this person and not this person, but it does feel like this is like the really attractive man or woman that you really want, and this is the good old reliable friend. So you need to make a decision, but this could also be like an impersonal relationship, like I said before, with a boss. But there's this desire to, like, you know, step outside of what's going on for you right now and go spend time with this person in some way, but it's sort of a challenge. Okay, so we have another Tower, you guys, for this. I feel like you just changed who you were completely in the past. I feel like you were maybe even a doormat. You felt like you were a doormat. And then you said never again. The download for this is never again. Very, very strongly, like never again, never again, never again. And so like it's something that you've said to yourself, you know, asserted, like never again. Awakening, Pluto. Okay, so we have the Judgment card, coming to terms with things and emerging as a new opportunity. So you had a conversation with yourself and you changed yourself. You had a conversation and promised yourself to not put yourself in low vibrational energy and not to put yourself into like a depleted state, and you worked really, really hard to achieve that. Okay, and we have the Knight of Wands, the Adventure, Sag, Leo, or Aries. So I think that the fear is this is the fear. So inconsistent energy, a flighty energy, backstabbing energy, all of that stuff. And I think that that's pretty normal, that you're having fears about love and confidence issues about love. And that gives you the opportunity, how do you say this? This gives you the opportunity to address that and get even stronger, you know? So reaffirm who you are. So when we have an opposition to what we are, like let's say that I say I like the color black, and somebody says it's such a bad color, blah 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 blah. You know, having that opposition reminds you of why you like the color black, for example, and like why it's like a color that you're drawn to. So it makes you stronger in your conviction sometimes. So I feel like this isn't a bad thing that's going on for you. It's more of a, you know, facing your fear so you can have a stronger opinion, so you can have a stronger perspective. King of Pentacles, we have the Lovers card. Okay. Lovers, love, family. So this is the other side, the other person, or the universe. This could also be a family member that requires a lot from you when you're split in your loyalty between your partner or prospective partner and someone else. But there's a lot of love around you. And then we have the Death card, which is a change and transformation. There's a change coming for you, and you have to decide what side of things you're on. We have the Blossom card, which is the card of Pluto, the same card as here. So both sides are making some kind of a big decision. It's like, I would say don't spend too much time making a decision. I feel like this person might decide to cut things off if you're taking too long to decide. The next message is the Five of Swords, win or lose. And so I feel like this person feels, the other person in your life or the universe in general, they feel like it's been a battle. I think that it's been hard on their heart, and feel free to change this. So this could be you and this could be your partner if you prefer. But this person feels like it's been a battle and it's been a struggle. They feel like they've put their heart on the line, and I think that they're getting tired of, how do you say, not having the outcome they're seeking. So like this friend, like maybe they've been your friend for a really, really long time, and there was no, how do you say, they've been your friend for a very long time, and there was no outcome that you were they were not getting the outcome they wanted, and they're on the verge of giving up whatever they're seeking. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles, right? Ace of Pentacles, strengthening bonds. I feel as though this person's about to make some kind of decision, or the universe around you is going to push you to make some kind of a decision. That decision is going to bring you closer with that person. So I feel like they might give you an ultimatum. They might say, you know, I'm almost out of this, like my heart's getting hurt by waiting and trying to figure you out and figure out what's going on. But I feel like sometimes we need a kick in the butt. Sorry about the cards being off screen, but sometimes we need a little kick in the butt. So I'm not sure. I don't feel like it's a bad thing. I think it's going to be like a critical decision that's on the horizon to choose. And we have the Six of Pentacles, giving and receiving. So it's like you're figuring out where you stand with someone else, and you're figuring out where your loyalty is and where your trust is and where you're going to give. So I think that it's an affirmative. There's going to be a positive outcome. And I feel like if you're wondering if this person's going to go your way, I think so. I think that if like maybe you have somebody who you're close with, who's the good, reliable, but you kind of both know that things are not great. And if you're single, whatever's going on, you might have a friend, but it's not like serious, or you don't feel so close to them. And there's someone else, and you don't know where you stand with them. You have question marks about them. You have question marks. You have questions about them, and you don't know what they're going to say. But I think they're going to decide to. I feel this is like comfort, and like you expect this to be here. It's tested and true. This is like the big question mark, this King of Pentacles in your life. You don't know how they're going to choose. You don't know where they stand. It's a riskier feeling. So I feel like this is actually kind of coming through more of as this, in the essence that I feel like they're going to make a decision, and there's going to be a turnaround. In other words, I feel like this person is going to show you, open up, and it's not going to be such a question mark for long. But I hope you make the right decision. I think you've been through a lot, so great compassion for you. And I give you like so much, how do you say, not condolences, but like I praise your success, because it feels like you've really lifted yourself out of dark places, and keep that bravery up. let's leave it at that, okay? I hope you guys have a nice day, and let me know how you guys like these shorter readings but more in-depth readings. They're kind of fun, right? Like, I don't know, I think they work for me, but let me know how they work for you. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to make the energy real. I'll talk